Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Dr. San presenting investigations DMSA, MAG scan, bone scan and PET scan. The learning objective of today's presentation is introduction to radionuclide imaging, DMSA scan, its phases, its indications, side effects, MAG scan, how it works, phases, T-half, bone scan, its indication and use, PET scan, its indication and its limitations. Introduction. Radionuclide imaging is a procedure of choice to evaluate renal obstruction and function. Because of its properties, which includes free from allergic reaction, minimal toxicity, non-invasive, minimal risk, and it causes minimal discomfort. Once agent is injected, IV gamma scintillation cameras measure radiation emitted from radioisotope. Digital workstation gather these information and process them and display the information. First, we talk about DMSA scan. Technetium-99m DMSA, which 2,3-dimercaptosuccinic acid is a radiopharmaceutical agent used in renal imaging to evaluate renal structure and morphology, particularly in pediatric imaging for detection of scarring and pyelonephritis. DMSA is an ideal agent for assessment of renal cortex as it binds to sulfhydryl group in proximal tubules at the renal cortex with longer retention than the other agents. Characteristics of radioisotope: physical half-life is 6 hours, biological half-life is 2.5 to 3.5 hours. Normal distribution of DMSA is in the kidneys. Excretion it is excreted via renal. Target organ is kidneys. After the injection, 90% of 2,3-DMSA is bound to plasma protein, 40 to 50% fixed to cortex, and maximal cortical uptake within 3 hours. Procedure: patient is injected with 2 to 5 mCi of technetium-99m DMSA. Static imaging is done using gamma camera after 2 to 3 hours. Imaging time for 5 to 10 minutes. Anterior oblique, posterior oblique, and views are taken. It should be kept in mind that pre and post procedure good hydration should be maintained.
What is this MCI?
Sir, this is the unit for which we give. It is a quantitative unit of radioisotope which we inject.
This is known as millicurie.
Physical half-life means it is the half-life of radioisotope. Biological half-life, it stands the organism. Time taken for the organism to excrete half of the radioisotope from the body. Uses split renal functions, renal scarring, infarction, agenesis, and renal ectopia. Technetium-99m DMSA binds to proximal convoluted tubules in the kidney. That's why excretion pattern of kidneys can't be assessed by DMSA. Here is one example. In this picture you can see there is a uptake on the right kidney, but there is no uptake in the left kidney. Right kidney is well outlined, but left kidney shows no uptake, and there are areas which shows scarring. There is another imaging. It also shows right kidney shows small in size, less uptake as compared to left kidney, which are well outlined, and it shows good uptake. Other modality is MAG3 scan. A MAG3 renal scan provides images of the kidney to look for kidney function and blockage of urinary flow. A radioisotope mercaptoacetyl triglycine, that's why its name MAG, is injected intravenously. It emits gamma rays. Gamma camera detects those rays emitted from MAG3. It includes 3 phases: flow phase, renal phase, and excretory phase. In flow phase, renal uptake and background clearance can be seen. Abnormal vascular lesion. Every 2-second images for 2 minutes are taken in this phase. In renal phase, it is a time to peak uptake. 1 minute images are taken for 30 minutes. And in excretory phase, it shows clearance from collecting system. 1 minute images for 30 minutes. Properties: photon energy 140 keV, physical half-life 6 hours, biological half-life 4 hours, normal distribution kidneys. Pharmacokinetics, uptake by tubular secretions, excretion via both glomerular filtration and tubular excretion. It can't measure GFR as it is cleared by tubular excretion. T half-life. It is the time from peak activity to half of the radio tracer being cleared from the collecting system. Normally it is 15 to 20 minutes without diuretic. Post furosemide or post diuretics, T half, if less than 10 minutes, then it shows no obstruction or normal system. If T half 10 to 20 minutes, it shows intermediate, or if T half more than 20 minutes, it shows definitive there is obstruction. And there are F plus 0, F plus 15 and F minus 15. These studies are named after the time of the injection we inject. If furosemide is injected before 15 minutes of the study, then this is called F minus 15. If furosemide injection last 6 is injected at the time of study, it is F plus 0. If it is injected after 15 minutes of study, then it is F plus 15. And dose of furosemide 0.5 milligram per kg. This is F minus 15 study. In this injection last 6 was injected before 15 minutes after start of study, and it shows there is clearance. There is a uptake, then clearance from the right kidney, but there is no there is a good uptake, and but there is no clearance or delayed clearance from the left kidney. And in the second phase, excretory phase, there is a lot of isotope is present in the left kidney, but in the right kidney it is excreted.
What can be the T half of kidney with the red line? For suppose if it is left-sided kidney, then what would be the T half?
In left kidney, there is no excretion of contrast in this moment. There is overlap in the pelvis. The T half is calculated when there is excretion of contrast from the kidney. Like in the right kidney, there is excretion 15 minutes after the contrast excretion, or half of the contrast excretion. But in the red line, we cannot appreciate that where is actually the contrast is excreting. So in the left kidney, it's difficult to measure the T half in this.
Not only difficult, but we cannot measure the T half.
Cannot actually measure.
Rightly said, because there is no excretory pattern can be visualized in this graph. So how would you calculate the T half of right kidney then?
Right kidney A negative.
जी बेटा.
Right.
ये assignment है.
Naveed.
Then there is a bone scan. Bone scintigraphy is a diagnostic study used to evaluate the distribution of active bone formation in the body. Phosphate analog can be labeled with 99 mTC are used for bone imaging because of their localization in the skeleton and rapid clearance from soft tissue. They have a high sensitivity and low specificity, means they are diagnostic for to declare negative or disease free, negative metastasis type. Limited bone scintigraphy, whole body scan scintigraphy, SPECT and multi-phase bone scintigraphy. In our department, we most of the time use whole body bone scintigraphy. It has 3 to 4 phases. Flow phase, 2 to 5 second images are obtained for 60 seconds after injection. It demonstrates perfusion, characterized blood to a particular area. Blood pool phase, it obtains after 5 minutes. It demonstrates the blood pool balance between plasma and interstitium. If there is inflammation, it causes capillaries dilatation, that it will show increased blood flow. Delay phase obtained 2 to 4 hours later. Urinary excretion is decrease the amount of radionuclide in the soft tissue. Indication: malignancy detection and follow-up of skeletal metastasis, detection of radiographically occult fractures, osteomyelitis, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, and Paget disease. This is a normal bone scan. you can't appreciate any mets in the films. But in this study, there are multiple metastases are seen in the body. Here are also metastases seen on the vertebra. Multiple metastases are seen in the whole body, skeleton. Then there is a PET scan. PET is a nuclear imaging technique that produces a 3D image of functional processes in the body by detecting the radiation emitted by the photons. Most commonly used radioisotope is fluoro-2-deoxyglucose. Positron emission tomography is a modern non-invasive imaging technique for quantification of radioactivity. It involves the intravenous injection of the positron emitting radiopharmaceutical agent, waiting to allow for systemic distribution, and then scanning for detection and quantification of patterns of accommodation in the body. Radio-labeled biological compounds such as F18 fluorodeoxyglucose is injected intravenously. Uptake of this compound followed by further breakdown occurs in the cells. Tumor cells have a high metabolic rate, and hence this compound is also metabolized by the tumor cells. Once it's metabolized, it converted to fluorodeoxyglucose 6-phosphate, which cannot be further metabolized by tumor cells, and hence it accumulates there and concentrate. In the tumor cells, this accommodation is detected and quantified. Before procedure, fasting for 4 to 6 hours are advised. Blood glucose level less than 150 mg per deciliter. Avoid sternus activity 24 hours prior to imaging. The scan is carried out 60 minutes post injection of fluorodeoxyglucose. There is normal physiological uptake by fluorodeoxyglucose brain, valve ring, skeletal muscles, myocardium, GIT, genitourinary tract. Fluorodeoxyglucose is excreted by the renal system and passes into the collecting system, brown fat, bone marrow, and lactating breast. False positive fluorodeoxyglucose uptake. This may occur due to following condition: granulomatous disease, abscess formation in the body, surgical changes, foreign body reaction, and fat necrosis. Application. Oncological application includes reduction, staging, and response to treatment, differentiation between radiation necrosis and recurrence, infection, pyrexia of unknown origin, vasculitis, and neurological. In this study, you can see a lesion in the right side of the liver, and in this you can see the multiple mets in the liver. Thank you, sir.
So there was actually we were told to finish our presentation within 25 minutes, so we just trim it out. But all these 4 modalities of imaging are very vast, and in fact, every modality is a different field to study. So we have tried our best to provide you as much knowledge as we can. In 39th slide, I guess there was for preparation before PET scan, it was suggested that one should avoid strenuous exercise 24 hours before study. So this is just a question of common sense. It doesn't require any much science. So why they say that one should not perform strenuous exercise before 24 hours before going for PET scan?
The basis for the PET scan is to detect the metabolic activity of the tumor. So if we do some exercise, standard exercise, our metabolism will increase, like uptake by skeletal muscles or things like this. It will obviously mask the tumor effect or things we are going to do.
Yes, we can get fast positive result, because if you read the name of FDG, it's a form of glucose that is labeled by, and every cell in body requires glucose for their energy, and if we perform strenuous exercise, skeletal muscle will require more energy in the form of glucose, and the FDG will accumulate there and give fast positive result. Thank you.